Okay, let's go again. Okay, Vegita and FM2369. I'll play that system. No, that's a very different position. Okay, and I've castled into it. So C5 or E5. I think I'll go for C5. Try and use that D4 square. I think it's a classic plan. Just knight C7. I think knight D4 here, or bishop G4. Bishop G4 might be annoying. Knight D4. Otherwise he plays. If he plays D4, does it matter? I'll let him play D4. So we can C4. I can still grab dart squares anyway. I'll just grab the dart squares. There's my chance for E5 as well here. And knight E6, knight D4. That's interesting. Knight D5 after. Bishop E6. That keeps it kind of interesting. Let's do that. I'll give myself a backward pawn. If I get this knight D4 in and bishop E6. It's not giving me a very fun game, this guy. If I just take and then play bishop E6, is it a big deal? Something like B5. He'll done delta the take. And queen A5 for the moment. Queen A3 here. Maybe A5. Trying to get counterplay of A5, A4 down the A file. He has got a little bit weakened dart squares. I've got some compensation there for the backward pawn. Mind you, there's bishop B6 once A5 happens. So A5 here. Bishop B6. Does it matter? There's bishop C1 as well if he wants to try and trap my queen. Queen C5, Queen B4. What is he going to do? Bishop D2? I'll just go back to A3. And I've got A4. Just clamping down like that. Okay, F5 then. For maybe F4 later. And bishop A4. I'm going to prepare bishop A3. Rook D7, the other one to F8. That would save time for doubling on the F file. Later, Rook D7, Rook F8, Rook F7 later. I'm going to keep on B4 for a moment. Alright, so it's bishop F8 going to be needed. Actually, he could have maybe taken an... okay. Now I'm threatening F4. Potentially. It's got bishop D4, got F3. It's got bishop D2 coming up. Again to harass my queen. Queen C5. Alright, it's bishop G4 here for supporting F3. Would that be any good though? What about just doubling? F3 would seem to squash his bishop. Why would he want to allow that? Is bishop h3 coming up, or d6 is vulnerable? There's bishop h3 here anyway, which leaves a liability on e1. Bishop g2 now, so takes. What about rook f6 is bishop g5? Is that bishop g5? Does he really have a point here? I guess he has a point here. That he's going to win that pawn. What have I done? I've squashed his bishop, but I've lost the d6 pawn. Can I get this bishop out on this diagonal to do something? 1 minute 30. I think I've got to move, get a move on. Rook e8, bishop f8, bishop c5. There's nothing else, is there, going on? What about h5, h4? Takes. Okay, he hasn't gone for that pawn yet. Let's just get a move on. And take that pawn. It's going to be bishop b6 or something. Rook g6, I can try and get the d file with rook d7. Alright, protect this guy. Right, there's potential for rook f6. This one for bishop f8. Are my things dropping off now? Have I just blundered? Not yet. Rook b6, rook d7. Queen moves. Okay. Interesting. It's going to win on time at this rate if I don't do anything. I've just blundered the rook. End of game. Whoops. It doesn't take the rook. Strange. Okay. Still hopeless. Even without that rook hanging, it's not good. There's no immediate check or anything. A check on rook c2, or check on rook c2. No, that doesn't help either. So what happened here was I tried to create some dynamic play, but he still had that bind on d5 all the time, and he let me squash his bishop. I think he's got a point here. If this isn't, is it exploitable, the squashed bishop, or is d6? This lovely retreat on this ties my pieces down, and when he took that, there's some big questions. He doesn't need the bishop. It's like I'm defending his king actually with this blocked pawn, and this is a good exchange set. He's just crashing down the whole position. It's really yeah, it's quite impressive in its own way. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks so much.